Are you needing to see what it says?
Good morning, everybody. No, I don't, thanks. Good morning, everybody. Could you take your seats, please, for the start of the training? We're live on Facebook. Welcome to the System for Success training in Scotland. It's telling me it's still setting it up for the webinar, but I know that most people can probably see me. Could somebody do a quick check for me? We do a wee check now before the meetings. But I will say, I'll wait till it gives me the actual redirected page so I can definitely see that we're on live. We're live. What I will say is this is a work in progress between Zoom and PowerPoint and putting the projector in. It can change the visual aids. It's just, what is it, just the picture, no share? Let's see what we can. It might be that I'm going to have to just do it. Yeah, so we've got it. And what we want to know, Matthew, is really what we can see PowerPoint wise. So hopefully we should be able to see. And what I was going to say, I'll finish saying once we test the PowerPoint, it's going to take a minute to. Can that be seen on the screen? It won't be until I do this. Can it be seen?
You can see the full, like.
Let me just see. Hang on a wee second. This actually working. Can you see that? Or no?
I'm sure what we're seeing.
Is it moving? That's all I need to know.
That's what we're seeing just now.
Still stuck on that. Just give me 2 seconds. We'll just share it again.
There we go.
No, it's behind. Oh, so it was working, Matthew. Right, we have to remember. No, but sorry, folks. This just takes a 5-minute test at the beginning. If you could tell me what you see on screen, and then we'll get started, and hopefully it'll go forward. Is it working? Have we got the PowerPoint on screen?
Yep.
And is it moving? Last test. And then we can all relax. It's not moving from my remote control, which happened sometimes with Zoom. You've got to do the first one manually and then it goes for there. There we go. That's it. So it's moving. Is it moving on the screen?
It's still on that page, isn't it? So I'd imagine so. Yes.
Yay!
Yay.
First of all, I'm going to say, yeah. How many weeks has it took us to get these trainings with the PowerPoint? And hopefully everybody can hear me. I've got the volume on, my computer volume's on, so if you can't hear me, that means that you have to look at your own volume. So I'm excited. I never give up on the Zoom. Welcome to the 18 Rhino Group's System for Success training. And we're going to, that's just to remind me where I'm starting. Going to start with just a quick 10-minute slot, 5-minute slot for Kate. And I'm not going to introduce what she's going to talk about because I've no idea if I tried to break it down. So Kate, would you like to get started?
Yeah, have you done a slide?
Yes, it's done 3 slides for you.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. Morning, everybody. Welcome to the Mercure Hotel Livingston Saturday morning training. Nice to see everybody here and looking very happy. Lynn's just asked me just to do just a few minutes on the kind of the background to a wee bit of the reason why Viva MK got started this morning. Now, I've always been really interested in personal development, and there is a CD that I've been listening to for a couple of years now that really resonates with me. And I had actually lost it a few months ago when I put my car in for a service and I put it in a box in a safe place in the house. And Tom will tell you we've got lots of safe places in the house. But I found it about 2 weeks ago and I started listening to it again. And the first time I listened to it, I nearly crashed the car when I listened to the story again and realised how similar it was to the Viva MK story. There's a lady in America called Donna Johnson. Donna Johnson is now a top earner in her company, and I'll tell you just exactly what she's doing just in a minute or two. But the title of Donna's talk, she was speaking for Eric Worre at a live event in Las Vegas, and the title of her talk was In for Life. Now, Donna, she lives by 2 or 3 different mottos. One of them is do the right thing at the right time for the right reason. Okay. and the theme of her talk was how you do anything is how you do everything. Okay. So when she was at school, she was a top achiever at school. She earned and still holds the typing record from when she was at high school. She was a swimming champion. She was at the pool at 4 o'clock in the morning every day in the winter time, really, really severe weather, and was at the swimming pool every day because she was determined to achieve her goals. She joined her first network marketing company when she was 17. She earned the top level in the company. She had a company car, she had trips and a massive, massive cheque. But then her circumstances changed. She got divorced. She was a single parent with 3 young kids. She had to change her company for various reasons. But again, in her second company, she got to the top level again. She was doing really, really well in that company. She had a massive business. She was holding it together with enormous leadership skills because that's just the way she is, because how you do anything is how you do everything. But all of a sudden, the company was sold to new owners. The company fired the managing director. They changed everything. They made all the distributors front load all the products. She complained and she was forced to shut her mouth or not be paid. And the company basically collapsed. Now, the last time I listened to this CD a few months ago, there was nothing ever in the pipeline that this was ever going to happen to us. But when I heard it again 2 weeks ago, I nearly crashed the car, as I say, the first time I heard it, because what happened to her, really, the whole empire crumbled on her. And she'd spent all these years building a team and building rapport with her team and support through her network and everything like that. And the business crumbled, okay? So the other thing she always says is right is always right, even when no one else is doing it, and wrong is always wrong, even when everyone else is doing it. And how you do anything is how you do everything, okay? So what she said was, because of the support that she had in her business, the leadership skills that she had, never spreading negative, and she saw all this negative happening on Facebook and everything like that, enormous amounts of negative and backstabbing and politics and everything like that. But because she always supported and encouraged her team, I watched her words, watch really always what you say, because what you put out there, especially in social media, it's always there. Be really, really careful what you say, how you treat people. People remember, they've got longer memories than you think. And because of that, our skyscraper only crumbled halfway. So our company collapsed, our company completely disappeared. Managing director was out of the picture and everything like that. Completely crumbled her whole business, but not her network of leaders. Okay, so now she's top level in her new company that she's with now. Her turnover is £40 million a month, £500 million a year, purely because of the relationship she had with her team and the way she supported them. And she has 18. These figures are 5 years old, but I'm imagining now that it's going to be far, far bigger. She's got 18 leaders in her team, 18 front level leaders in her team, and each of them turn over more than $1 million every single month. She's got a massive, massive business. She funds and runs 5 orphanages with the money that she's made from her network, because that's just the kind of person she is. She lives a free life. So what she does, every month she sits down, the first 3 days of the month, she sits down with her 18 leaders, all of her front level, individually. She spends half an hour, 20 minutes with them. She goes through what they've done in the last month, were they happy with it, what they're going to do this month, reviewing the previous month, all their figures, their personal sales, their group sales, how many they've sponsored. Are they happy with it? What went right? What went wrong? How can we move forward? Is there a leak in the pipeline? Is there a problem with belief or skill or desire? Do you need teaching? Do you need coaching? How will this month be better? Your goals for the month, a commit goal, what you're going to do in your business this month. What's your dream? Which is your real stretch goal for moving forward from this month and onwards. And she's got hundreds of thousands of people in her team. So she does that with her front level, and she teaches it down line. So our team leaders do it with their front level and their front level and their front level and so on, all the way down the network. Okay, so the only people that would ever commit to this, of course, are the active people. The people that can't be bothered switching on their computer and attending a webinar will not be, party to setting their goals with their upline. But if they're active in the business and they're asking you questions and they're in activity, they're retailing, they're sponsoring, they're asking questions, they're watching trainings, webinars and stuff, and they know they can step. The people who are not active always leave the door open for them. They're always going to step up whenever they're ready. And I've had that personally in the business in the last few weeks, that people that weren't, they did register, they were pioneers, they didn't all get started immediately, but now, that they're starting to take an interest because they see the success that they're having and they want to be part of it. Okay. So how you do anything is how you do everything. I think that you know, doing the right thing at the right time for the right reason is all we can really do. And I would like to personally thank Lynn McDonald again, she doesn't want me to, and Michael Cathcart and Tracy Hansen, because without the three of them, none of us would be standing here right now, because they had that total belief in the skyscraper for them, and us crumbled halfway as well. It didn't crumble the full way, because most people, everybody here that's here today was in the business before it crumbled, and everybody knows what is possible now. And Lynn's asked me just to share a wee bit of Donna's story, just to see what's happening, what's possible, if you have the right attitude, if you have the right support with your team. And Jane as well, can I thank you too for, you know, we did keep the webinars going, we did keep the faith, we did keep the heat, we did everything we possibly could to help the team to make some money while there was no business really to speak of that we could see coming up. But you know, because of the belief and the faith and everything like that, Michael knew and Lynn knew and Tracy Hansen knew there was something to fight for, and they fought for it. So thanks very much to all of them. Let's just see what's possible.
Well done, Kate. Thank you very much. What I'm going to cover is actually the teach side of the business. You know, the theme of the trainings are train the trainer, and I'm a wee bit like a broken record at the moment, I know. But there's three sides that we're mainly covering in these original trainings that we're doing just now, and it's mainly online. Now, that's not to say that the catalogue side isn't at the absolute forefront, but most of the people that are watching these trainings at the moment could teach me how to build a strong customer base and much better. So we're focused on the online side a lot. But before we go into some online training, I'm going to just cover the section 5 teach again, and just to let you see where I'm coming from with the train the trainer trainings. You've heard me saying that my new saying is, if you teach to teach, you'll be on the beach, and that's why you're seeing some new faces up here doing trainings. But why attend the events? Well, you can see we're here, we're live on Facebook, so why attend here today? There's plenty of people here today that see the benefits they coming along, but at these trainings, you'll see it is the leaders in the business. This is a brand new business. When I was over in Ireland, I quite liked what Mary said, that what she liked about VVMK is everybody's coming in the same playing field. I hadn't thought about it like that, but it is. But the leaders are starting to show by who's in the meetings today, who's there. But usually these events, that it's the leaders who make things happen. So if you want to produce results, you need to get along to the meetings. You'll often hear the answers at these events. And one of the sayings that I like is, not everybody who attends the meetings will be successful, but you'll find everybody who attends, who is successful, definitely attends the meetings. So if somebody, the new success stories that we're working on, the income stories at the minute, which Kate's going to cover shortly, the new income stories, the new leaders, you guarantee a lot of them will be at the meetings. But the most powerful reason to attend the meetings isn't actually in the meeting itself. They say it's the meeting before the meeting. Well, for us at the minute, it's sort of technology, which we've done today. But it's usually the meeting at break, when you're chatting about the business, or after the meeting. That's why we do quite often have social events like the barbecues that we had at Jane's and stuff. But it's not just a chance to socialise with the people in the business, but it's also people who are excited and who are serious about making things happen. So by actually plugging into the meetings, you're getting into that positive environment. And we don't know who the top earners and who's going to be the success stories in VVMK, but you will guarantee that they're at the meetings and they're ordinary, like us. Thank goodness. But we all have different learning styles, and some are auditory, some are visual, some are keynote, which isn't in there. Keynote is your touchy-feely type, and some are the experiential learners. Now, this is a new word, and I usually say you need to know it to show it, you need to train it to retain it. But that's a new word I've come up with, because that totally epitomises the VVMK business. If we want to teach on how to build a strong customer base in the catalogue, you have to experience it, you have to go out and you have to do it. So it's an experiential learner, and we would always say, if you don't go out the catalogues, you can't teach it. We've said that forever, and it's exactly the same with any business, but really with this business in particular, all the way through, it's experiential. So if you're audited, the most effective way for you is to hear it. So if you're auditory, you'll be just lie in the bath and listen to me. As you can imagine, visual learners, their favourite is see it. And experiential, they're most likely to learn from actually doing it. And that's why we're getting you up here and get you involved in the trainings, because that's the best way to learn. But it's not just from doing the training, you've got to do the actions for the training. You can't go up here and do a training on something that you're not doing. And I think definitely in this business, that's the key to this business. So I find this little graphic and I absolutely love it because it's teach and learn, and that just totally epitomises the business. There's my wee saying you need to know it to show it, but I love the teach and the learn, because you've got to learn it to teach it. To teach it, you need to learn it. They're hand in hand. So what is experiential learning? I think I've explained that quite thoroughly, but it's simply learning by doing, but there's more to the process. Not only do the learners take action, so you guarantee if I ask you to do a slot for my next training, you're going to take action on what if you're not already taking that action, which is happening from a looting meeting. But they reflect on it, they learn from it, they take a new action based on experience. So as we grow in the business, we learn things from experience. Might just be something on Facebook, like don't private message loads of people you don't know, you get a Facebook ban. That's experiential learning, but there's also learning by following the system and learning by other people's experiences. But it's basically when new ideas are put into action, they become the basis of a new cycle of experiential learning. And I put these in there because it's cumulative memorization is what we're really doing. And I know it seems a bit like an English lesson. Sorry, I did like English, it was my favourite subject. But isn't it what we're doing? That just means repeat, 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 repeat. And by repeating it, you're remembering it, and by remembering it, you're doing it, and you become successful with the business, with anything that you want to do that. But the most important thing that you can teach your team is to plug into trainings, the webinars, the calls, and attend events. Out of everything in this business, if you want to develop and grow a business, the most important thing is the trainings. And yes, we're live on Facebook. If we find that doesn't work, you might have to come along. But at the moment, they're live on Facebook. But what kind of business do you want? Obviously, the answer to that successful one, yeah. We all want a successful business. Then you need to make sure you are today, the people here who are watching, the people in the room, are investing in a network marketing training for yourself. So don't just follow our lead, invest and train yourself. And most of the trainings, as you know, are here for you in the system. And it is a simple system. In a perfect world, this is what we all want. I want to have a high production, low maintenance team. Who would like that? Who wants a low production, high maintenance team? Nobody wants a low production, high maintenance team. This means that everyone in your team is plugged into the same network marketing system, which enables every person to get the same information. So at the moment, it's pretty rigid, where we're sticking to this simple, basic system. As you grow and develop, leaders will grow and develop and take it further. But in the basic system, it's important that the trainings we do here today in Scotland are the same trainings that we're doing in Essex, Luton, Ireland. And then once everybody's trained up, I'll be on the beach. How long will that take? Well, I'll be on the beach. Right, if not, the distributors in your team, and you can see this, you do see, Thomas, and you've sprung your live, remember. And do remember that we do see evidence of this. The distributors in your team will be asking questions about everything, the new products, the ordering process, there's lots. Everything is actually there, whether it starts off with an email, a questions and answers on the website, or one of our training videos, the answers to every single question is there. So what you want to do is you want to try and teach your team to go to find the answer. They do it at school. They don't, when the child gets homework, they don't give them the books anymore. We used to get books and study books, but we still had to find the answers. You might correct me if I'm wrong, there's a school teacher here. They have to go and research it and find the information, is that right? Sometimes, so that means I'm not quite right. Maybe my granddaughters just like to research, but can you imagine been Liz Harper, for example, all the questions that's been asked to her, that's already answered through the company training tools, the webinars and whatever. So we're trying to get basically your team system dependent. I mean, most back offices and back office of MLM just means your Facebook, your internet, your communication with the team. It's distributed regularly, isn't it? You've all got groups, you all share stories with your group. We've got a group, VVNK's got a group, we've got webinars, we've got calls. And if you want a huge successful team of distributors that has a duplication, everybody must plug into that network marketing system. That's how you get a huge business. It's the most important thing that you can teach your team. Not everybody is going to want to team build and plug into these type of meetings forever, but they do need to plug into a certain amount of trainings if you want to get a great customer base, or if you want to get a great online customer base. Even if you don't want to build a business, you've still got a little bit of work to do. So it doesn't matter what the tools are. If the new team members are not getting the necessary information, you will end up with a high maintenance, low productivity team. So responsibility for training is important for distributors. Network marketing training is important. And every person in the team must be responsible for plugging into the system that's already available. It does go on this. I'm not the author of this. I found this online. Your team must be, and this is the part that I love because it's absolutely true. If we can just become system dependent, I know where I can get the templates, I know where I can get this video, I know where I can get that video. It's a very easy website to get round, and it all starts with you're getting started emails, the training videos. It's a mandatory process to go through that to get the duplications, but some distributors don't go through it. I'm not going to read everything out in this one. It's a bit of repetition. I think I've actually got the same slide in twice there. But this bit here, are you not astounded sometimes by questions that get asked right after a video, or sometimes I've been asked a question and the answer is actually in the post? So we have to teach your team, instead of just saying, well, this is the answer to that question, you quite often see me on Facebook say, go and ask this person, go to this department. As an independent owner, and that's what everybody in this business is. We're independent owners, your own independent business. It all starts with you. It's up to them to get trained and educated. We put the system in place for you. You've got great trainers and great opportunity with live trainings like this, as well as the support site, as well as the YouTube support site, as well as Viva MK support. There's massive training, but it's up to you. And that's the message that we need to get across to our team. It's up to them to get educated. It all starts with them. They plug in, get their team to plug in. Everybody's going in the same direction. It's a team sport. Right, I'm going to end it after this bit here because I meant to take a few slides out and I did now. But this is just to go back to what I was saying. If you can't explain it simply, then you don't understand it well enough. So if you're starting to team build and you're speaking to new people about the business, if you can't put that in simple terms, then you don't understand it well enough. And I thought that was a great message from that author. And if you want to understand something well, explain it. So as soon as you start to explain it, your brain goes in a different pattern. And that's a trainer, but over now, what we're going to do, just give me a minute, I'll just go to the, I meant to take these out. I was finishing this really early in the morning. I just didn't want to do the, oops. That's where I wanted to be. There's no technical hitches, these wee slides were just to go through fast so you could go back to them in the future. Right, so Kate covered this on the Wednesday webinar, and I decided to change what she was going to do today to cover this again. The reason being, you're only going to have one ever first month in Viva MK. You're only going to have one chance to get your first income story, which is really, really exciting. So I'm going to pass it on to Kate. Okay.
Most people, when they were brought into the business, and all of us came from a previous business, will remember that the person that sponsored them in would have told them what they had earned in their first month in the business. Okay. Viva MK is now creating history. We're all a brand new company. Everybody in this room joined the business on the 25th of June. Probably quite a few people watching did as well. So we're pioneers in the business. So let's behave like pioneers, continue to be pioneers, and be pioneers, always in the business. We're a brand new company. We've got 95 years of experience, an absolutely unique situation that we're in just now. Okay, but you're only going to get one chance of a fast start to get your first one story, and this will always be your story for the whole of your career in Viva MK. So make it the best one you possibly can. Okay. Now, Lynn's first story in her last company, and she told this story for 26 years, was £564 of income in her first 4 weeks. Okay. Why is that important? Because people want to know how much they can earn in their first month in the business. Okay. She told that story for 26 years. That was her story. It never changed because it couldn't change because she could only experience that once. That's the story she told. Tom, when he was bringing people into our previous business as well, he told our first story, which actually was his first story because his first story sponsored me in, actually. I didn't want anything to do with it. And how much did we earn in our first 4 weeks? Actually, our first 2 weeks, because you joined up, we went on holiday for a week, and then you had 2 weeks to do it. It was £270 or something like that, wasn't it, in 2 weeks? Okay. The second month of the business, which was the first full 4 weeks that he had spent in the business, his earnings from the business part-time on top of a very demanding full-time job would have paid our mortgage. And at that point, he sponsored me in. And that's the story we always told for 19 years in that previous business. And it's really, really powerful because people don't want to know what you can earn after 10 years, 5 years, 3 months. They want to know what they can earn in their very first month. Because people that join a business like this always have a need. There's always a reason why they responded to your advert, or they asked you what you were doing, or they picked up a product from you and you spoke to them and said, have you ever thought about doing something like this yourself? Everybody's got a need and they want to know what they can earn right now. So, people that have joined our business this week are already asking, when will I get my first sale? How do I do this? How do I do that? How much can I earn doing this? They want to know how much they can earn right now, not in 5 years' time. Okay? So people need to know how much they can earn in their first month. And I'll never be tired of saying that because it has to be in the forefront of your mind in your first month in a business like this. Okay? They don't care about the holidays, the cars, the big checks. That's not why they join. Why do they join? They want to know how much they can earn in the first month. Okay, so have a first month story that will motivate you in the years to come when you remember. I'm sure it motivates Lynn to remember all these years ago earning £564 when she had an absolutely desperate need for it. I'm sure I remember all these years ago how, the Tom working on his own without any support from me at all earned enough to pay our mortgage within the first couple of weeks as well. Okay, so what is it you want to earn from your business this month? Pretend that you're brand new in the business, because you are. Okay, it's a brand new business. What is it you want this month? Is it £200, £500, £1,000? It's really up to you. We can't set anybody's goal for them. But what will you do with it? What difference will it make to you and your family? Okay. So decide what you want by the end of September and then work it backwards. If you started with a platinum account where you're self-funding and you're not relying on a credit facility from the business, you will earn more commission than if you start with a standard account with a £100 credit facility. Okay. On a platinum account, you'll have 35% commission on all your catalogue products. On a standard account, you'll have 25% commission on all your catalogue products. We would strongly, strongly, strongly recommend a platinum account. And there's a fantastic training that Lynn did a few weeks ago on how to increase your profit by 140% by upgrading yourself from a standard account, if you have that, up to the full commission platinum account, which you can do anytime as long as you're clear of credit with the company. Ask a sponsor how to do that if you don't know, and watch Lynn's video. Okay. So the commission is the same regardless of how you sell those catalogue products. If you're selling them offline with the catalogue, online, on social media, or whatever you want to do, the commission is exactly the same no matter how you generate the sales. But there are also additional internet specials on the vivamkonline.com site where you get 20% commission on those because the company's only been able to access lower stock levels on those. And if they get to the stage where they are good sellers and they get sufficient stock, they'll put them into the catalogue and increase the commission. Couldn't be fairer than that, actually. It's fantastic. They're still great to advertise online. You can show the online specials to your catalogue customers for extra sales. But you know, they do have a lower commission. But 20% commission is roughly what we made in the last business anyway, and all the catalogue products. It's still really, really good. So decide what you need to earn and ask your sponsor to help you to make a plan. Okay, and then plan the work, and then work the plan. So there's a wee bit of bad news. Bad news is you'll need to get to work if you're going to create your perfect first month's Viva MK income story, because the only place success comes before work is in the dictionary. So you will need to put the pedal to the metal and get the work done. The good news is that £1,000 worth of catalogue products sold, whether you sell them online or offline, doesn't matter. If you're a platinum distributor, you'll have £350 worth of profit just in that £1,000 worth of sales. If you're a standard distributor, you'll have £250 worth of profit from those sales, depending on your account. If you do double that, £2,000 of catalogue products sold, you'll have £700 as a platinum distributor or £500 as a standard. And if you did 1,000 with the catalogues and 1,000 online, very easy, you're not getting so wet, you're not using so many catalogues, same result, your earnings are exactly the same no matter how you generate those sales. Absolutely fantastic. Brilliant first month's check. Okay, so if you were doing that in a standard account and you earn £500, why don't you just pay the company off and use part of your profit to fund your account for the next few months, and you're going to earn, as Lynn says, £140% extra just by upgrading your account. Okay, so there's better news. The Viva MK pay plan, which is going to be announced this week, will give you bonuses on top of your sales level. If you're doing, as we suggest, at least £1,000 worth of sales in a 4-week period, you're bound to get a bonus on that. We don't yet know exactly what that's going to be, but depending on the level of sales you do, you will get a bonus as well as your commission. So that increases obviously your income for the month as well. So everybody should be aiming for a bonus. As soon as we know what that is, that's fine. But aim for 1,000 or 2,000, whatever you can do, however much you can do. The even better news is, if you're a team builder, if you decide to build and train your team with the help of your sponsor, the new team's total sales volume will enhance your bonus. That will earn you even more. The new team are learning exactly the same as you to make money as well with their own profit bonuses, creating their own first month story and making a massive difference to their own lives. If people are making money, they'll stay in your business. That is the bottom line. It's absolutely simple, really. Okay, so everybody wins there. Okay, and the best news is that all the sales from the 16th of August onwards, which is 10 days ago now, are included in the first sales period of the month of September. So if you join before the 16th of August, you've got 6 weeks to create your future history rather than 4. Okay. So we can't change the past. Some of us are beginning to realise now that what has happened in the recent past, in the last 6 months, has actually possibly been the best thing that could have happened to us, because we've now got a business we can move forward for, where the person in control is absolutely trustworthy and completely sincere, but we can design the future. So in the years to come, what first month story will you be able to tell the people inquiring about your business? What future history can you create right now? Okay, I think that's us. Show you. There's a few slides. Okay. Sorry, I forgot about that slide.
I'm duplicating. There's 3 or 4. I'm duplicating bad net.
Okay.
I'm duplicating a bad net.
Right. So how to move the products? Loads and loads of different ways to move the products. The simplest way is to share your products with your friends and family, your social network, the people that you see on a regular basis. See the training about how to make the most of your first 50 catalogues. Use Facebook, social media, all kinds of sites. I was at a committee meeting last night, and I said to the scout leader, you know, is there a video of the scout camp that the kids are all back from, because we could actually sell the video and make some more money for the funds and stuff, because it was a fundraising idea. And he says, did you not know that the video's on Flickr? Right? I'm not of an age group that's ever used Flickr, right? So I don't know. But apparently the video's on Flickr, it's already out there and it's free, so we can't use it for that. But there's sites that, you know, you might not have thought of advertising on, and obviously there's loads and loads of opportunities there. So whatever sites you can use to expose your business, do that. You can present the catalogue, which we strongly recommend if you start with just a few. You can letterbox the catalogue, which if you've got less time, less confidence, or more catalogues is the best way forward. You can do product demonstrations, which you will see very shortly this morning, and you can do online parties and events as well, which is that is something for people with a bit more confidence. But actually, there's no really way of getting it wrong. There really isn't. You can go for it anyway and have a laugh with it, and you will sell by default. You really will. So I put a post on my group the other day that was very well received, and the post said, "What screams Christmas quite like flamingos and llamas?" And that went down quite well, because who knew that flamingos and llamas was a good Christmas product? But I'm getting interest in it, I'm getting people liking it. I've had an order for one. These catalogues are absolutely mega. There's never been such excitement really in a business on the production of a Christmas catalogue. It is absolutely phenomenal what we've got now. Health and beauty catalogue, really, really well priced, competitive with all the other marketplaces out there for home shopping with that kind of product. The Christmas stuff's lovely. We're having personalised stuff coming really, really soon. Matthew's doing really, really well with the personalised stuff that we had previously as well. It's just absolutely, absolutely phenomenal. People are really, really wanting what we've got. Keep in touch with your customers. Look after your customers, and your customers will look after you. Okay. That's us. No. This is my training as well. Do everything you can in the next 6 weeks. Make your income story the best possible first month's income story ever. Get your books out to everyone you can think of. Use that training, how to make your most of your 53 books. Work door to door with as many books as you can manage. They're really cheap to buy if you need more. Matthew put 130 out yesterday. He's picking them up this afternoon. Fantastic. That was after he pulled an all-nighter, prepping them all up the night before. Make sure your shop's packed full of products, energy, interaction, customer testimonials, and do some live product demos. Once you've done the first one, you'll never look back. Have a Facebook event party, why not? Teach your team to do the same. Absolutely.
And you'll be glad to know.
That is it. Now, I'm duplicating a bad memory because she did that on Wednesday. It's just the clicker. I couldn't get the clicker to. Sometimes the clicker does. Sometimes the clicker does freeze. Right. So we're going to have one more training slot, and then we'll have a short break. But the second part of the training is going to be focusing on Facebook selling and team building. But before you go proactive in Facebook selling or team building or doing anything, you need to protect your Facebook account. And Jane White is going to cover how to protect your Facebook account.
We are really lucky insofar as, yes, we've got Facebook, but we also have catalogues. So although we lead with the catalogue, we have got Facebook that we can also lead with for those that we really don't want to, who don't want to. I'll move over. How much further? Sorry, it was easier. I know. Yeah, so it's good to have both areas. However, what I would say is there will be people who do not want to do Facebook. However, as Lynn said at the beginning, if you want to build a team, then it's necessary to be able to do it sufficiently to be able to teach it. It really, really is. But how to protect, and it's a wee bit ironic because you see, as I started posting, I've been relatively active throughout the time on both accounts, one of which I did set up after they deactivated my account, so I do know what I'm talking about. However, they did ban me again the other day. I don't know why. I did several different types of ads, so sometimes it's a quirk of Facebook, but don't let that stop you, but do make your Facebook work for you. It does say Facebook's ever evolving, it is, and sometimes you don't know until you have a hiccup that it's evolved again, and it's hiccuped again.
Or you find
so you do,
new.
Sorry?
Or you find something new that's
well, that's right, you do find something new, but you just have to, if you don't use it, you won't find those new things. and there we are. They might restrict you from messaging people, posting in groups. There's lots of ways they can do it. Using the marketplace. They can be a bit fickle about the marketplace. Mind you, they can be fickle with everything. Do check your support site. If you don't know where it is, your sponsor will know, because they wouldn't be sponsoring if they didn't know where to find those things. And they can disable your account. All of those things all happens. Facebook do surveys, probably because people will report posts on buying and selling groups. They'll respond to that. Some people just report things because they can. Some people click the wrong button and apologise. If you're a manager or an admin rather of any of the buy and sell groups, you'll get that. It's no big deal. It just happens. Don't get upset about it. Just get over it. It can be frustrating. Yes, it can. Get over it. You know, there's nothing you can do about it. You're in someone else's control, and so is the wee clicker.
See, I told you. That particular slide that wants to hold on for about 5 clicks.
Oh, does it?
Just keep clicking.
No,
using that.
it's not.
Click using this.
There we go. So easy, and then
That's
it's
very
responded to all of them. And sometimes that happens
Which
from
one is-
Facebook too.
It goes as this clicker is really annoying. That's the page it should be on.
As I said, sometimes they just want to enforce whatever rule they've brought in. The last one of the ones we did see was a promotional post. They wanted to know what the relevance was. Were you educating people? Were you informing them? Who knows why they bring those things in? There is someone who sits there, who gets paid for it, who wants to be creative on Facebook. That's their job, to be creative on Facebook. Does it slow us down? Sometimes. Do we then have to find how that person thinks and be creative? Sometimes. But you want to be interactive, you want to get likes, you want to get shares, you want to get comments, you want to get them for the right reasons. Do be very careful. It's probably a business that we don't want to be, we don't want to put extreme views out there. So if we all hold extreme views, unfortunately we can't post them on Facebook because it won't endear you to people. But look at all of the Facebook categories for your reach as well. You want to create a footprint. Marketplace doesn't create as good a footprint as buy and selling posts and distributor posts.
It is a benefit when it comes to the monitoring of activity as well, though.
I think that's coming. It does. It gets it seen to a different audience. It gets it seen to a different audience. However, all is good. It just doesn't create the same footprint. The amount of people who see your content. You do see posts up saying there's only 25 people responding to my content. People use that to increase their reach. Some people use it because they see other people using it. Who knows? It doesn't always increase your reach, but the only way you'll increase your reach is by responding to likes and comments on other people's posts, not just want other people to respond to your post. And it does drive your sales if you're going to buy and sell groups out with your own group. And also the people, remember the people who are on your buy and sell group, who are on your own shop, you have to respond to their posts so that they can see your shop posts. And it does all come down to the reach on it. Interactive posts, if you look at them, you'll see some of them have 3 million views, 10 million views. Of course they have. Those sites are well supported. If you use one of their posts, then that's obviously going to increase your post. I don't always use it on a share post from somebody else's post, you're often better going back to the actual site that it's come from and share it from there rather than share it from another post on Facebook. Only because at some point it breaks down into spam and you end up not getting the reach that you're wanting. But do posts every day. It says 3 posts every day, interactive ones, be social. You can move it. You've all got shops, or you will all have shops, I'm assuming. So do them on your shops, do them on your team page, if you've all got team pages, as well as on your own news feed. You can vary it so that different people see it. All of the people I have on our shop are friends, so different people see different posts. And the over promotion posts, again, that's why I often go back to the actual site that shared it rather than use it from a share on my newsfeed. It is a social network, so be social. Again, as we said, your timeline, your group, and in your team groups, your shop, spread it around whenever suits you, doesn't have to be at any particular time. You'll find that the time that you do your activity is when you'll attract people who are on Facebook at that time. So therefore, if I say the majority of my sales come from evening, that's because that's maybe when I do the majority of my work. Other people say I get all of mine in the morning. Well, that's because that's when they're active. So spread it around and you'll attract different people at different time. And there's all the things that you can do. The other day, I did a video on our team group when the catalogues came in. Again, I reiterated where the catalogues, how maybe you wanted to pack them for best use. There's people on there that weren't always in our group. I don't know what they do. I just thought it was a good idea to go out with a video, put up photographs, your own photographs. Kate's got her wee dog. Kate and Tom have their wee dog, and recently we've been doing our veg because it's very good. It's just like a pet.
And the wildlife in your garden.
And the wildlife in our garden, but I can't get close enough this time, unfortunately, to get really good photographs of the wildlife. Check-ins, if you're going somewhere like here, check into it and recommend it. A lot of people don't like you recommending things, but it's quite good. Kate likes her scones. So here we are. There's something to do, you see. So there's where to do it as well in your groups, your posts, your videos. Again, it just depends where you want to do it, how you want to do it, and online events, as Kate said, yes, that's sometimes quite daunting for a lot of people. But a wee go live video of your catalogues, it's a great place to start. You're on live, you're doing it, it's only 2 or 3 minutes, and it gets you on there and it gets you doing it. Take the products out the box, and when you're doing it and go live when you're doing it. It's a good way of doing it. You can do it on your shop. You've got a limited audience, rather than maybe on your timeline, and you can get better and do it on both. Find the area that's comfortable for you and then add them in. That way, all of it will be comfortable after a time. I'll take it all out. I don't put multiple links in our post. I don't put any links in our post. I put my links in the comments. I see lots of posts with links in them. I still wouldn't do it. You don't know if they're getting banned for doing it, so don't follow something that you don't know their system. If if you see it, just don't do it. Let someone else do it. You keep doing it in your comments. I don't personal message people with links either, unless they've messaged me first. However, if you get 100 responses to an ad and you do all of them with the same link, that will probably land you in Facebook trouble. So, you know, it's like everything though, a little of everything works. You know, it's like someone on a health kick that says oranges are good for you. They are, but don't just eat oranges every day. That's not quite so good for you. So, you know, spread it out and keep the common sense there. Multiple Facebook accounts, 2 at a maximum per person. At one point I had 3. Facebook shut me down on the 3rd one, didn't like it, different email addresses. So they do monitor. However, haven't a clue. As Jim Rohn says, I don't want to join that class. Just accept that's the way it is and move on. Don't repeatedly use the same ad, not even if it's the same photograph. Change it, change the wording, change the colour, change something, doesn't matter what, put a different border around it, be sensible about it. And don't send lots of friend requests. There's no, it doesn't mean you shouldn't send people friend requests, but again, just don't do loads of it.
As people that don't know.
You can still send a friend request to a couple of people you don't know. Just don't send it to 40 people you don't know, because we don't want to put you off sending friend requests. Just don't do loads of it. And the same with the messages. Don't put too many of your ads in the same group. Apart from anything else, if you're not the admin's not going to like it. And you know, admins do those things voluntarily. So what do? If they see 6 posts from the one person on the one day? They just block the person because they think, oh, stuff it. I'm not going to keep deleting their ads. They'll give you a few shots, then you just delete them. And don't spam people. The automatic messages, I don't know if anybody uses them. It's not something I use. They may work fine. However, Kate said earlier, the only place that success comes before work is in the dictionary. If you want a business and you want a reaction from any avenue that you use, it's called work comes first. Don't overdo it, you'll get a ban. Sometimes when you underdo it, you still get a ban. You just have to work your way around it. No, don't use ads that say Lynn Mack's shop. Don't use that. Use your own shop. This is really, really important. It's really important. Space out your posting and your joining. That will come further in the training, I'm sure. Original content. Of course you do want to create original content, but you can do that just very, very simply. Marketplace, it's just limiting things. And keep your activity level up. Even when you get a ban, you still are able to do activity. You just do it on different groups. So keep that up, because if you don't keep it up, when your ban disappears, you're going to be right back at square one, and they're going to see you going furiously, oh my goodness, I'll catch up now. And what happens? They give you another ban. So keep your activity up. Just keep using Facebook so that you can use it the way you want to. If you're sharing videos or indeed those interactive posts, put your own comment on it. It's important you do put a comment on when you share it, rather than just sharing the post itself. And you can tag people. You can do whatever you like. What the Facebook are wanting you to do is actually take part. I think that's the main thing. Take part. So if you're sharing a post, they want to see that you're not just sharing it. They want to see you having some input to it. Do it whatever way you wish.
You get relevant scores for all of them.
Do put a call to action, information, inbox me, comment below, whatever you like. And we've already said 2 Facebooks. It's sometimes not what you do that gets you in trouble. It's sometimes what you don't do. And you know that I think that's the same with life, isn't it? Sometimes if you're married, sometimes it's not what you do that gets you into trouble. It's what you haven't done. So there we are. And that works for everybody. That works for everybody. So as I say, learn to work within Facebook's guidelines and use it to the best of your ability. Learn from it, whether that's you teaching or not. Thank you very much.
I like that analogy. Now Facebook will be getting called the other half, the husband or the wife, because it's not what you don't necessarily what you're doing, it's what you're not doing. Thanks very much for that, Jane. We're going to have a quick 10-minute break for a comfort break. We'll be back here at 25 to 12 for the second half. And now that Tom has nipped out, he wanted his music and he's left. I wanted music at the break. So you're not going to get music at the break. Maybe some people will come up and say hi. We'll be back at 25 to 12. Thanks very much to Jane and Kate. And I have to explain. I went to Mary. No, it doesn't come up in the. Sorry, I don't know how do I pause it for. I don't know if I can pause it. I don't think I can pause it on Facebook. It just have to be make sure that you mind your P's and Q's. I was going to say, Shane, I wasn't shaking my feet. I was shaking me to say not really come up in the training. Right. Let's see. Messages. Right, there's a stain here that you've got to do a demonstration on that with a stain remover. I need to find Jane because you've got to keep remembering that what you don't want to find it because of the causing it on that. These instructions, the instructions. Ah, why is that showing? Because that should. There we go. Right, you might start with the break here, just so you know. Yeah, I put up. Cheers. heat bag, the 2 doors between reception. It's freezing in here. Leave it on the ones it's freezing.
Yeah.
And just bear in mind that you're still live. It's cold. I was trying to be first today and get everybody to do these. We'll do them for the next one.
How do you want them?
Guess what we're going to have at the next meeting? Recognition! Will it be? We'll have recognition.
You know
She'll have some because it's going to be the
Maybe
25th.
shut your ears for a minute.
Remember, she could.
No, they're not.
Right now, it's still live on Facebook because I don't know how to pose it on Facebook.
It's not that
Can you not
intentional.
just post the video and then start another one? Is that what you usually do?
All I was going to say-
I didn't really want to muck about the
No.
technology. That's working, Kate.
Come a bit closer. And there's nothing wrong with it doing it. What we used to say was, you didn't get your first story the first one. You could get I know. No, I know, but I was just.
Next month we'll say that.
Aye.
Next month.
That's fine.
I know, we're already
I'm
trying to
hoping-
do that, like
I'm
changing that one.
hoping that overall, from the network, will be about 6%.
What did it average for as a gold distributor? Did it average about?
Probably round about the 6, I would say, depending on how much fell down. No, no, you put the slide up, Kate, how much you're going to earn next month. We're going to have to,
Yes.
I mean,
If
if you're doing 1,000 retail, which I think we should be able
Oh
to.
gosh, I think we
I think we should be able to. And I was right now.
The new catalogue, I say, I'm going to.
If you were
I
doing
like
if you
it.
were doing 1,000, if you were doing 1,000 retail before as a distributor, then you would something down to your lunch retail. It would be £350 without
That's
bonus.
right. That's
It's amazing,
I
and
know.
then first it's
Oh, I
a
know.
no-brainer.
I know.
The only thing I would say is that that they're not attached, but they are. Maybe if we have things with a tenner and stitches, there's more at 20 than 10.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
These are going so bad. These are £70, these shoes. They're already split here, and I'm going to fix them.
I like the candle. See the advent calendar with the candles.
So I buy all these
And I said to him yesterday,
Oh, that's the one
I
that's
think you would
going
like
stock in a
that.
minute.
I think that was.
And
I
Wendy
like saying I
Wendy
was
said,
That's a good gift.
I think you said.
Wendy said that. She says, oh, she says, that would be great. And I knew somebody like Wendy
I like
who doesn't
that.
mind spending 30 quid, 40
Is
quid.
it just one candle in there? What's
It's
this?
a box and there's a candle every day. It's an advent
Oh, I
calendar.
like that. I like that as well.
Yeah.
I like it
Right.
even more. I must read what it was.
Wow.
Made I'm just sticking some three
And
products in
listen,
case you want them.
See the, do you know?
Right, we're going to start maybe the nonsense.
We can start doing it, we can start bringing up old books. For retail, not selling them. Start doing
But
things
I think
like
what I'd
that.
like to do is for the next one is us pull me together as a team and do them how, like, because now the pay plans launched. I didn't mean like, I mean the things like that. Because my ideas are limited because I'm focused on the
No, I was
so things like
moving on.
saying the door for school, especially on the day.
What you did, you-
Personal
Yeah.
development, stuff like that.
I'm getting started with reviewing the way
And the minute I focus on them, they'll do
Of course, that's
I'm
it.
not-
I
I'm
mean,
not-
it's the-
I'm not
it's
that
the-
bad.
testimonials is gonna be good.
Actually, the interactions that lots of them, interactions, so maybe something in that one. If somebody want to do me a wee favour and get the people who are outside with their little pen cigarettes that
Did you manage to get a coffee?
That's as fast as I've ever managed to get a copy, and it's a tell.
Is
Normally,
it running a machine
No,
or?
the bar.
You're joking?
I normally want us to go away to Colombia to get the beans to
Well,
grind
usually
them up ourselves.
It usually takes a while, it usually takes a
I
while.
know. I think it's a different. Normally, they used to come with a tray thing, and so I think it's maybe a machine.
I want a coffee.
Yeah.
No, it's that yucky
really am
stuff.
shocked.
No, we're starting now, so I
Oh,
can
well
make
done.
something. I'll get a
Well
coffee.
done, Mary.
She's going, oh, now,
No, I mean the box.
I'm meaning,
You need to use that.
she's going to have to move over.
Oh, it's a shame it's no back.
You need to use that. To Mary.
Was it electric? Is that a USB? Might put it in the car and do that and make it light up.
I think what we could do.
There's definitely a USB on the other side. You see a USB?
What is it for?
To light that box up? I thought it was battery.
I did as well.
There's USB on both sides. These laptops I've got them on both sides. They look bigger though. That would be the other cable that's the cord, the HDMI.
How are you going to see it?
Well, what we're going to have to do is record the thing.
There's a battery as well.
That part on the phone because I didn't want to do it on my laptop.
Yeah.
Do you want to move that slide to the end? Or just leave that part to the end? Even though you're covering that, you put it in slide 4.
The one that you were going to add on.
And this part, and you want to leave that
We thought this is the end.
That's what I wanted. That's what I needed to know.
Slide 4 is not about this, is it?
That's not. I was getting muddled up. The slide 4.
This is an add-on.
This is an extra.
And I go to the other.
But what we do is we get you to agree, and then we add on, and then we add on, and then before you know it, we make training. Yes, what happened.
Well, somebody did say, Mary, you know what's going to happen next door, and I said, what's that? You'll be there all the time.
You'll be doing another training next month. Am I allowed to shut down his laptop? Is that permission?
It's my laptop.
I don't think you can shut it right down when it's on. I don't think you can
I don't
close
think
it.
it is on.
Oh, it's not.
We're only using it.
It's
Tom
on
wants
that.
This is
It is on. We'll shut it off here
I
then.
don't like that one asked me to bring my laptop, but you need it on for that.
But Tom wants to hook it up to play music during the break.
When it's
Tom
on
break,
the
so we don't actually need music.
Visually, what I'd like to do
It's now
Right,
light
okay.
up.
I didn't want it to take away the Mary's. I
So
didn't want it in the
You could
video
unplug
basically.
your laptop then.
Okay, you
You
need
could
to
unplug your
move
laptop.
on this. I didn't
Oh, no,
use
because
it.
it's now got a light box in it.
We can't do once Mary's finished doing the demo.
Okay, put all these back here.
And what was she saying that too? You need to move your coffee cup. Sorry. I know everybody thinks I'm not visual, but I am very visual.
We'll stand over here so it's like to that side of that, so like just so they can see your lovely face then. Can somebody go and ask the people with the puffers to come in for me? I said 25 too.
I'm cold.
No,
Cool. I need to sign. I think it's a waste for a coffee.
I know. I know.
It was fine there. I was too hot in the car. See, I was too hot in the car, so I came in and I was quite warm. But I'm cold now. I'm frozen. I can put my jacket on. I just hate sitting indoors with a jacket on. Oh well. So I meant to bring the catalogues, the extra catalogues they've got in case somebody wants to use them, but I forgot.
What do you mean you get extra catalogues to pass on to somebody, or do you mean just to show to people here?
No, I had extra catalogues and I thought people might use them, but
You've forgotten.
I've forgotten. Never mind. Never mind. Did you like my haul out the garden?
Yes.
The other day?
Yes, very interesting. It's been a lovely summer though, but you've actually had in the garden.
Well, the grocery this year.
Stuff, Kate.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff
They
coming
got
too
too
quick
ready.
and it just went.
Yeah,
it
the
went
way
flat,
it just
aye.
comes to the early.
Aye.
We've had cauliflower soup. We've had loads of cauliflower soup because we can't eat enough cauliflower and
Oh,
people around about us
that's
didn't eat
so-
enough
The
cauliflower.
cauliflower soup, you can tease cauliflower soup, just add the cream to it when you can eat it.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
See the carrots, I was delighted. That's the first time they've actually looked like carrots.
The
You put them
pasta.
out and it's a wee bulbous thing, you think, oh, we're not doing that again.
What we discovered with the
The soil
carrots,
better.
yes, if you have to dig it until it's very fine and then put some sand in it so that it's really fine, because the carrot likes to push down, but it's not very forceful. So if it can't push down, it just goes.
Yeah, there are not many things will push through a half brick, Jen, that's okay. Yeah.
So yes, last night we had.
Did you have
dinner.
sunflowers by any chance?
Oh,
Not
see the apples,
sure.
Kate?
Oh yes,
Oh,
I was at Thomas down in Melrose a couple of weeks ago, and I went down for the road trip and I went to Firewood Garden, National Trust Garden. There was a beautiful orchard there.
And, well, if you're ever going to put in an apple tree, folks, put in it as discovery.
Hi everybody, if you're joining us live, the training will kick off in just another couple of minutes time. We're just running slightly late.
Because people are getting coffees.
I gave them around. I give them an hour. You don't order a coffee at 25 to when the meeting
You
starts.
order the coffee before you go out for the bag.
So the phones order the coffee before they left the house.
Everybody that's here, everybody, this is how we punish them. Everybody that's here, at the end of the meeting, we all lecture them, right?
No, I ain't joining that class either.
All right, I'll do it in one. Yes, this is remote control, Mary. We'll introduce you in a wee minute. We'll just get started in a minute. What I might do for the future trainings is have it in two halves. One webinar for the first half and a different one for the second half.
I know it's.
This is what they do in Birmingham, though. They just have music in the background, don't they?
Well, that's fine.
Somebody could do.
But it's not.
The only difficulty with that though is if you want to make a video, can you edit this later and choose like
I can upload it and break it into segments if necessary. Yeah, I'm not sure how long it'll take to upload a 2.5 hour training. I've never done it before, but I think in hindsight, I think 2 videos was just 2 webinars for each weekend. I'm just delighted that the PowerPoint's working. I don't know, but I've seen quite a lot of people comment, and yeah.
You better not go in the toilet if we can not get through the door.
But you didn't order it till the start time. You didn't.
So when you order a coffee, say, could I have it today, please?
Always take it. Yes, it's not me, but it's sorry, that's how you're going to get these from.
She gave us a round.
Good afternoon. As you can see, the children are having fun in the background here. As Jane White runs back to her seat. I did shoot myself in the foot by saying the meeting before the meeting. That's all right. You're live on Facebook, Frank. Do you want to share it? That's all right. I shot myself in the foot there by doing that training on Train the Trainer, because I did say the most important part of the meeting was the meeting before, the meeting at the break, the meeting after, but I didn't mean order your coffee when it's time to come back in the room. And I've said it publicly on Facebook, and they're lucky I'm not naming them. It's all right. It's the reason I wanted a bigger audience. Is we've got the lovely Mary Stewart here. She's doing her training for the very first time. Not only that, I have to remind her that for the very first time, it's also live on Facebook. So very, very brave. I'm going. Pardon?
I think I'm going to say something wrong, like.
No, she usually means say Samrang. She said, "Do you think I'm going to say Samrang?" Like, I think what I might need is to what I usually need is an interpreter. She's not going to say nothing wrong. It's her very first time. It's nerve-wracking. Thanks for doing this. But before I introduce Mary, what I want to talk about is we're now onto Facebook. You know how to set up your Facebook online selling group. You know how to sell on Facebook. So what Mary's going to cover today is how to interact on Facebook in your own group to get people seeing your posts. So it's over to you, Mary. You're fine.
What am I doing?
You press the wee button like that. And there's you dancing away. Mary Stewart.
That was me last night.
Keep, and then it should move on to the next one at a time. Like that. It's all your own words, I just put it on the PowerPoint.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is my first time. The last time I did this, talking to people in the crowd, was over 40 years ago. So bear with me. And it was a group of guys. You can imagine, the sticker was getting men, but never mind. Interaction with your Facebook, very important. Always say good morning, good night, or in my case, I say good afternoon, because my day starts normally on a lunchtime. I'm one of these people who don't go to bed early, it's late nights. So a lot of people see my posts at midnight. And always say, read the post, like it, reply, thanks for the like, they'll be happy with that. Some will say good morning, some won't. Some just won't react at all. But the main thing is they see you there. So what they see is you're consistent all the time and posting whatever you want to post. Sometimes I'm cheeky, sometimes I'm not, just depending who I'm talking to. React in other ways, personal life, what you do during the day, going out anywhere. Mine's lately has been taking big sister to the hospital because she'd been there quite a lot. The other day I thought it was me, but hey, that's fine. Some days I just won't post at all, like yesterday. I was too busy doing other things, no posts. And competitions. Yes, that works for a lot of people. It's never ever worked for me. As a lot of things don't work for me, but hey, I find my own way in the end. After that, when somebody likes or loves it and tags a friend, always thank them, always ask them, would I like to order? You know, put that in the post anyway, message me, and always invite them to your group. This is where I do it. I do put my link up at this point, and not very often after that. If somebody from the same group does it, then I just say, go to the link above. If you can't see the link, then I will put it in. But I'm very wary because I didn't want a Facebook ban. My group has been temporarily blocked, so I had to open up another one. Why? I don't know, and this has now been 3 weeks, Kate. I've been trying to get it back, tried again yesterday, and it still can't get me back in. It says, identify these people. So yeah, identified 5 people, continue, go no further. So I've got a new group. And people are saying, you got another group? Yes, I have. If it's me with my hat on, that's the one you'll go for. Don't go for any more. Me and my hat, you're right. But when you're posting your products on the group, some may ask if you've got a particular product, size, colour. They may want something you're not actually posting. So never say no, you didn't have it. You know where you're going to look for it. There's lots of places you can find something they can't be bothered looking for. And also, you might have friends who are moving and they've got stuff they want to get rid of. So say, how do I do this? They want to give it away for free. No, you don't give it away for free, you sell it. How do I do that? I'll come and take the photos for you and I'll put it on my group, as I did. And this lady was absolutely astounded that I managed to sell some of her products for her. And the most obscure one was a plough. She had a plough for sale, she had a cement mixer for sale. Yeah, Mary on the group, yeah, that's it. So, and they'll also come, a couple of mine have said, I've seen this on Marketplace, can you get it? I'll have a look, I'll come back to you on that one. Yeah, go for Marketplace. So never ever say, no, you don't have, or no, you can't get. That's fine. There's 3 of my customers at the minute said to me, Mary, I need this. All right, when do you need it? Well, just when you can get it. Right, okay, I'll go and have a look. Yeah, it takes up a bit of my time, but they're with me. They're not going asking anybody else. Yeah. They're still with me and I'm looking after them. So they know the kind of service they're going to get from me and they'll come back. And for those who do know me, it's taken me 2 years to get where I am now. And my group in the last 3 months has come on tenfold. It really has. It's grown to, I'm now over 1,200. I was stuck at 500 for a while, but now I'm over 12, so I'm over the moon. And yes, there's people out there with huge groups. And I'm thinking, all right, 50,000 years, I would love that, but it's going to take me the next 20 years probably to get 50,000, but never mind. But mine, people who are in my group are there because they've asked to join, not because somebody else has put them in there, they've asked to join. And if you think it's not going to work, it will. I have persevered with this. And you've got to be in the right frame of mind. Because if you're not in the right frame of mind, it's certainly going to work for you. But perseverance is something you need to do as well. And of course, as Lynn knows, when I first started, 2 weeks, over 2 weeks it took me to get any sales whatsoever, and I was going, nah. I'm going to do this. I'm going to give in London. It's going to work. It's going to work. It's going to work. Well, yes, it has. I've now got a great customer base, both catalogues and online. Online has grown tremendously lately. But yeah, 2 or 3 customers I've got to leave half a day, because guaranteed when I go to them, I ain't going to get away, because I'm the only person they've seen probably for weeks. So I know where I'm going. So I set a time aside for them. But you've got to be individual and grow in your group. It doesn't work for everybody. What Jane does, or Kate or Lynn does, isn't going to work for me. You find your own individuality along the way. Always be consistent, helpful and polite. You might get some cheeky customers and you know who and what you can and say to who. But that's it. And then when your order arrives for delivery, I normally pop up a wee live video. I'm not good at it, but I'm getting better. Because I tend to think, well, I'm trying to hold on to the phone and show the products at the same time. Nah, it doesn't work. But there's different products out there, and they're not all posted in your group. So what other way to do it is post it live, because different people order different things. So who better, or where better to do it, is put it on your group. Plus you'll get the comments and hopefully more sales. Because people, even when you take the catalogue out, don't always look at every catalogue you give them. If you're taking 4 catalogues out, you might just look at one and think, all right, okay. Because I went out with the new VMK Essentials catalogue and the personal catalogue. And this lady, she hadn't ordered for months, but I kept on putting books through her door. And then from that one, she got 45 quid in sales. So it was only 2 catalogues. So next time when I go back to her, she's only getting 2 catalogues. She ain't getting a 4, she's getting 2. She'll get the 2 new ones that's come out this time, because she's had the essentials, she's had the personal, so she's getting the 2 new ones. She's an older lady, so she's getting the 2 new ones. But people like to see you interacting with the group. And of course, it's just tremendous. And if somebody should get something and it's broken, or there's something wrong with it, they'll just replace it. No messing, just say, right, okay, that's fine, I'll get you another one if you want one, or if not, refund it. Fine. Ask them to write a review. If it's, oh, I got it, but it was broken. However, she replaced it and there's no problem with it. That's fine. But they say, oh, well, I got it, but you know, but no. I've not had any bad ones as yet. Touch wood. I don't think I will. Build a rapport with your customers. You always build a rapport. I get it on the Messenger and it's better. Always get it on Messenger if you can. And before that, I always have a wee sneak preview at their profile to see what they're doing, what they're up to, where they're from. Right, okay, I know a bit about them before that. And then you can say, oh, well, what are you doing? That's fine. Okay. That's when you ask them if they would like to do it themselves. Because sometimes they're stay-at-home mummy. So what else are they doing? Staying at home. Maybe not doing anything. And I do think this is really difficult. I put this in line with my dancing, because I go to dancing and the ladies are supposed to ask the men. And I've been dancing for over 5 years. Now, I still can't go up, although I know the guys, I've seen them around at the dances, I can't go up and ask them to dance. But if I didn't, I'd get a sore butt because I wouldn't be dancing. And the last time I went to a dance in Stirling, I was sitting there and I keep on people watching, love people watching. And this guy says to me, you dancing? Are you watching? I said, I'm dancing. I've not seen you up yet. I said, I have been. He says, get with me. But what I see is these guys, they're good dancers. And I'm thinking, I can't dance with them because they're too good for me. No. They will dance to your ability because the guys are the leaders. Straight face, Annie. I can't keep a straight face. I try to lead. And we go, Mary, you're here to me to lead you, not you lead me. So you can do it. And I did actually get up and ask 2 guys to dance that night. So getting there. So same with this one, sponsoring and talking to people. I am getting there. Slowly, I'm getting there. And it's taken me ages to get where I am today. As I say, this is the first time in over 40 years I've stood and done this, so this is a breakthrough, but never again. This was me last night, doing my dancing. And yes, I did ask for a couple of guys because I didn't know them, so that's fine. But keep interacting with your customers, and it will build.
Now, before you go, stop there. I'm going to change. Can I just come beside you? Mary's going to do, can you see me, a very, very short product demonstration. We're not going to move the laptop. So what's going to appear on your screens is another short live video. And she's just going to give you an example of what she says she does badly, what she doesn't. She's doing the training because she's doing good results. And during the pause in the two businesses, when we were in pause, that's when she was selling combine harvesters and everything. So that's 2 seconds. I'm going to start the live video. I should get 3, 2, 1. From Facebook. Allow. Okay. Just take them out. Oops, I want to look at me. How do we do this? Right, Mary, this is probably the first time you've had a lovely assistant. I'm going to start the live video. Now live.
Right, folks, here we go. We've now got here some products that do come. Normally, I've still got my little placky bags, but never mind. That's why you hear the Russell's financial in my live videos. Because I've got nobody to help me, so I've got to do it myself. And hold on to one. Okay, this is the lovely white box, and see, we are okay. Smiley face, love it. And you get more. Many in here, Kate?
Is it 85?
Yeah,
Right, definitely characters. Look, there's the wee sunshine, which we also have got the do. So yeah, that comes and you can make up whichever name you want to put in there. Just put Lynn's house or Kate's
put the
house.
name of your online shop.
You can put the name of your online shop, absolutely, and have it there. So that's that one. I'll beg your pardon.
How much are they?
There we go. From the background of £15.
Now, that's just the tip to write the price down.
Well, I've got none.
I know, she didn't know what was in the box today. That's
No,
the surprise box she got.
I'll just show you the prices of the anyway, like that.
Right, we gave her a surprise box, so she's not prepared.
Yeah, this was landed on me again. And this is a wipeout stain remover. That's £6. This works because I know I used it on my carpet at home, which had a big black mark on it, and it's not there anymore. So it does work very well. And there's lots of people raving about that. Everywhere you go, I've not had any bad ones yet. People do that. Washing machine cleaner, £8. Again, I just sold one of these the other day, and the lady says, "Can I have some more?" Yes, of course you can. Many more do you want? So that's, and this I need to give to my daughter actually, because she says, "Mum, the washing machine stinks." Right, some of this. I'll take that stink away. So that's that one, and we've got furniture wax, and this comes in original, lavender, and lemon.
There's 2 sizes.
This is the 2.5 fluid ounces.
Oh, 2.
12 pounds. See, you've got lots of assistants because I don't know what these are. I'm not very much prepared today, so.
Well, we gave you a box. It's a box that was deliberately to surprise you, Mary. Just like when your order arrives.
Yeah. And this one is the Sink Fresh. Lemon scented. Does leave a nice smell in your sink. And if you be like me, £6 again.
I feel like I'm on a bit of a program. Now you see, normally Mary, when she does a demonstration with no other products and that, but I just gave her a box as she walked in the door.
Yeah, here's your box. A bit like MKC's he gets on a Thursday morning. I've got this
Now you know how he feels.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have sympathy with you, Michael.
Carpet hose tune up cleaner. This one is at 6.
Between £6 and £8.
There we go. There we go. Take your pick. 6, 7 or 8 quid.
They don't need to say prices all the way through, Mary. Just that
If you were doing it with your customers, you would, but
Yes.
obviously with your customers.
And this is lavish air freshener lavender scented. I don't like what's but it really is nice.
So they would
my mum's favourite was lavender.
Yeah.
Love lavender, everything.
And we've got what we've got there. Oh, the fridge de-icer. That is hugely popular. And even in this new packaging, people are loving it. Just
It's
as
more,
well.
it's more environmentally friendly as well because it's a spray, you don't need a salt, so it's.
And they're all tested and they're friendly to
Oh,
the
wait a
environment.
minute to send in the live video. I'm going to share it. It ended that itself. I will just, that's me, let me just click it share. We'll just, how long, we'll just let you finish, but it doesn't matter if you start another about 2
In
minutes.
between times, I did the out my box. I got 3 prices wrong, but I still sold a bacon, what's it?
All right.
And 3 wipeout stain removers. And it was 5 minutes. It literally was 5. I'll take the stuff out of my box.
No, anybody
Well, I
done
did
that?
one last night with the cat when the cat lungs around.
Shout that story at the end.
All right.
It's your own fault. Right, start, I'll type in. Just say, sorry we got cut off. Technology, we got cut off.
No, it's in the double.
This is the unicorn Judy. Lovely for a girl.
And
It comes in a single and a double. And that's the whole thing there.
18 and 22.
And it's £18 for single, 22 for a double. The prices for Judy's.
excellent.
And then, here we go. Our new Christmas catalogue, Fabby Dabby. Lots of nice products in there. And the advent calendar, I'm going to have one.
Thank everybody wants one of them.
And the salt lamp, I'm going to have one of them because that's going to be a present anyway. So I might need more than one of them.
So watch out for demonstrations on these products, folks.
You never know. Who goes? And then, of course, we've got the EMK View. Not quite had a look in that one yet, but again, I think it'll be a bit
Great value.
Really
Yeah,
well.
really
Well priced.
and presents
Excellent.
for people again. So that's new, 2 new ones that's coming out next. There we go, folks.
And how do we order for you, Mary?
Send me a message, PM me, and I shall order for you.
Thank you
And
so
get that
much.
to you.
You're a total star. Thank you so much. And just before we go, just got to say, Jane's got a story for the in your box.
I did a quick one of coming out of the box. I got the price of the baking set wrong, and I literally just pulled the things out of the box in the plastic bags. I said it was £12, I think it's 10. But I got an order for the baking set and the 3 stain removers. I didn't know, they were all £6, 3, 6, 18, £28. £28, £30, I still can't remember the price of the
5-minute
baking set. It literally was 5 minutes, and I forgot to tell anybody how to order from me.
That's fine.
But they asked.
I still ask you. But that was just what Jane's talking about. Is when your products arrive. Well, actually, I didn't want to see myself close up. So, David, was any of your sales online? There weren't live demonstrations, so we'll go back to Mary and say thank you very much, Mary, for that.
You're welcome.
Didn't she do proud for us? I'm so famous as well. I've been taking pictures, everybody, up here doing a training. Will somebody take one for Facebook? Right, well, nearly, that was excellent. I really enjoyed that. You've definitely done trainings before. You've no missed it. The only thing I changed, by the way, is in Fife they call people folk, F-O-L-K. I need to stand with tiptoes if you take the photo, David. I've taken my shoes off. This is for Facebook, aren't it? They call people folk, and I changed the word to people. Just wanted to make sure that video Mary went out, the second one. Hopefully it did. Right, all the different technology all at the same time. We've covered it. I've got him with the camera and Mary standing looking at me. I feel like a bit intimidated. I feel a bit intimidated. Right, we've covered the team, the selling on Facebook. Thanks very much, Mary. It's all these different things that create interaction. The more interaction that you've got in your own selling group, the more people who will see your posts. And I know that's been really successful for Mary. So what I'm going to, just one photo. Are you videoing this, David?
No.
At my age, you don't like the impromptu photographs. You get some really bad ones. It's what they're really trying for. Stop it. Right, what we're going to cover now is Section 4 sponsor. Most people know how to set up their own selling group and how to sell on Facebook. And if you don't, if you're new, the trainings are all there. But what I'm going to cover today, because most people also know how to sponsor on Facebook, how to post adverts into the groups and how to follow up. But there's a new thing. They say Facebook's ever evolving. The job posts is new-ish. Between April and June, this appeared. The job post appeared on my Facebook. So if you're doing the job post, you will need a Facebook page. So what I'm going to cover is how to create a Facebook page. Now, this could be a page for your products, or it could be a page for the business opportunity. But this slide I'm doing today is for the opportunities for team building. And you do need a Facebook page for the job posts. And it's also really, really handy. As you know, we promote, there's these little flies. As you know, we promote having an online event, having online parties. You can actually run them from a page. So you get the chance to run your Facebook parties from your own Facebook page, which means it's getting shared out to a big audience. And then from the page, just to be technical, you can then share that into your online groups. So pages, as I said, that's really, really easy, by the way. What you need to add is your profile photo, a cover photograph or a video, because with a Facebook page, you can actually have a cover video, and I've got a cover video. If anybody wants that video, they can email me for it, but I need to shrink it. I shrunk it down because it's got to be a certain size to go in the cover. I shrunk it down, forgot how I've done it, so I just need to shrink it down again to send it out. But it has to be only 14 seconds, so I use Splice, by the way. I've got an iPhone. If you've got an iPhone or an iPad, there's a gadget called Splice, which means you just add all the photos in and it does it for you. I'm trying to find the Android equivalent. So if anybody's out there's got a nice, easy to use app for the Androids and Google Play, you literally just upload the photographs and it turns it into a video. It's brilliant. But these can all be found. I'm going to have to email you them at the moment. I put them on the website, but they can't download from the website. Other technology I need to learn. I'm pretty sure I can put a video on my website for you to download. Right, but then you want to put an add button on it because you can link it to your website or your group, which is your sponsoring group, which I'm not going to cover how to set up a sponsoring group. We all know how to set up a group. If you don't go to that training, because you will set up the group first and then you just steal things. So this is really these two things there. You want to add an auto response to your adverts. So anybody that comes in from a job post will actually get an automatic reply for you, which is brilliant. And then all you want to add in is the same as you put in your group. Now I'm going to show you what I put in my group so that you're not left dangling, wondering what you put in your group. But if you haven't watched it, watch the video how to create a Facebook sponsoring group, section 4, sponsor, how to create a sponsoring group. And it's something that we never did before, because previous industry, we invited them into our selling group, which works. And I still want to get prospects into my selling group, but I like the idea. It was David Houston's idea. I'll give him recognition for that. Usually it's teasing and usually he always takes the mickey. But it was David's idea, a great idea. I'm going to stick with the sponsoring group because it's got everything relative to the business. You can put products in there as well, and I'm going to give you ideas. Now, my trainings I'm going to do all the trainings I'm going to try and do at the moment visually, if you're on a laptop or you're on a phone. But you learn the structure for one of them. But I've been getting people saying, well, it doesn't look like that. So I'll quickly let you see what it looks like on a phone as well. But this is a laptop or a PC. And if you go to the home page, down the left-hand side, there'll be all these instructions here. And you want to click on Pages, which will open up a new page. And at the top right, you just click Create a Page. Now, if you're doing it on a laptop or a PC, you do have to fill in your address here. You can click here and put don't show my address, but it concerned me the way the footprint with Facebook works. To start to put your address, and if you've got more than one Facebook, I've got 3 that I'm getting away with at the minute. Have one that you've got photographs of yourself 10 years ago. So Facebook does identify you as the same person. But if it's on a laptop, you do have to put your address in. So for that reason, I would probably recommend setting up at least the first part on your phone, because on the phone I'll show you, you don't have to put your address in, you can skip it. You just click skip. Right, so upload your profile picture. Mine's is it's an income on a Be Your Own Boss picture, and that's easy enough to do. If you're wanting to put a cover video, just click skip. And then up here, add cover. And what opens up is this box here, and you can upload a video. It has to be 14 seconds long. The reason I actually had the video saved and I've lost it, I must look in the recycle bin. I had the 14-second one saved and I was going to install it in this training. I'm going to have to get it for you again, but I do have a video. But I learn things by just playing around with technology. I'm not clever with technology. I think I'm quite clever, but not with technology, Mary. I'm not clever with technology, but if I can do it, anybody can. The splice is great for the iPhone. Let's find something for the Android. Now I need to find out how to make videos of different sizes. And I know if I'm saying this publicly, that somebody will come on Facebook group and tell me how to do it. Just like you're seeing this training in the Rhino group, your slides are moving, it's perfect today, and that was advice I got for Jeff Webb and somebody else on the Rhino group. See, Jeff gave me advice, no Jeff Webb, sorry, wrong name, I can edit this. Jeff Bell, Jeff and Jenny Bell, that'll be an edit. Jane's dying here. I got advice for the group. But you just put I think it's great. And if I've got time at the end, I'll show what happened there. I think that was the video. Next, you want to edit the add a button. So the add a button, let me just go back here to this page here. See it here? I went past that slide. Add a button. So you just click on the add a button and it opens up like this. And you see the contact you here. Down the left hand side under step 1, you can put whatever you want. You can link this to whatever you want. It's your own personal preference. I send them to my website, but on my website I explain to them if they're registering the VVFK to give my name Lynn MacDonald. However, hopefully soon when the pay plan and the site gets launched, there'll be our own registration link that we'll be sending them. But at the moment, I just put sign up, and I have had 2 people who have told me they've signed up before I've spoken to them using my website. So it does work. Obviously, we do want to speak to them, so I put sign up. So I put your sign up button, and yours will say whatever you've named it. You know, yours might say you contact us or you send message, or so what they say is contact us, send message, call now, sign up, or send email. Look at all the things that you can do. Now, the thing I like about this is official Facebook job posts. You know, if you do get a Facebook restriction, and I will say, touch wood, I haven't had a restriction except for I lost the marketplace at the last Facebook crash. And that's something else. That's another reason why we do lose things, because every time Facebook does an update, something crashes, like all your sites. Everybody in case team lost their sites, the groups. Mary spoke about it earlier. So sometimes it's Facebook. But you can You can contact, or you can call me now. You can put anything you want. Just click next. So your sign up button, you can then click on it here, edit, and that's where you put the link in. So that mine says Viva MK support. In fact, it'll probably say Viva MK opportunity.co.uk, which is a domain name I have at the moment. So you can link it to your site, or if you're using a group, the site, I mean, a group's better if you can get every single prospect to go into your group. You've captured them. They're trapped until they come out. They're trapped in there. If you send them to your website, you know, there's no way of capturing them. They can watch the video and know. So I personally, now we've got the groups in the system, I personally would send them to a group to capture them. And if they don't go in the group, if you keep good records, if they don't go in the group, then send them the link to your website, because you want them to see the video. Because on the Facebook page, it is only a short video. So how to set up an auto reply response. I call it an auto response, an auto reply, but they call it an auto response, just like the auto responder that we used to do. So you go to settings, and down the left hand side, you just click messaging. And then that opens up, you can see here, if you just go down to response assistant and put jump to section, it'll bring you onto here. Now, all of these boxes, you want them to be on, because it's sending a not a response. So you, even if you're no logged in, have it switched on. So here you can set up an instant reply. So click that on, a box will open up for an instant reply. You can stay responsive when you don't have access to your phone or your PC. So when we're out partying on a Saturday night and Mary's doing her dancing, anybody that's responding, Mary, you don't even have to talk to them. They're getting a wee automatic message. I love that. It is the only auto response on Facebook that I know of, and it's in the job post section. Or, and this is the other thing I love about it, you can set it up to show a messenger greeting, and you can set up your Facebook group. I don't know if you know that. You can set up your Facebook group as well, I believe, to do a greeting. So all of them on, responsive when you're not even working, an instant reply, they respond, they get a reply, and you just follow up the next day. How it looks on a mobile or an Android, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but it's just that people get confused between the two. So if you're doing your mobile, down the bottom on an iPhone or an iPad is where my instructions are. If it's an Android, they'll be up here, and you click on these three circles to get to here. And then you just click on pages and create a page. You will see it's almost exactly the same. It's just a different visual aid. You click it, and the only reason I'm bringing this out is this does look a bit different. The name of your page is the same. Test. I put in, I've got loads of test pages and groups. I have to keep deleting them. Choose a category. I think on the laptop, you don't have to choose a category. You can leave it blank. But sometimes if you're selling, then it's product, services, retail. But here you've got to choose one of them. So I would say if it's a retail Facebook page that you're doing, then do a product or a service. If it's a local, if it's business, team building, then local business. That's the address bit. It's not to catch us out or anything. It is a lot of businesses who advertise on Facebook want to give their business address, don't they? You know, come along to my hairdressing salon. Oh, where is it? Well, I don't want to put my address. We don't really want to put an address, so we can skip it on the mobile. So you just click next. And then that's your profile. Save the video, add the profile, add the cover. Click visit your page if you're going to do a video, and then it looks exactly the same. Add button. There it's there. This bit looks different, so stop here. This is if you're using a mobile and Android. There's your buttons, there's your settings. They're the two most important things. There you see, contact us, send message, send email, call now. Same sort of thing. Same thing, I'm not going to go through it. So, auto reply with them, click settings, click messaging, and set it up. It's a very brief Facebook visual for people. They might see everybody here uses a laptop or the phone, or they're used to it. It's exactly the same as posting on your wall. So the posting side is just exactly, you know, create a post, you can share videos, you can do lives, which I'm recommending. I'm recommending, Tom's away, so I don't know if anyone in the camera. He's left, so I can't get anyone on the camera. I would recommend doing more live videos, more demonstrations. I read in the Guardian years ago, if you're not into video marketing, you're going to be left behind. You get a better response. I think that was a great result Jane got for just, your products arrive, what's in the box, people will buy them. But it's all to do with interaction as well, which is necessary for people to see your post. But explore it. There's many other features, including the job post. So I'll just bring these all out of this picture. Just some examples of what to post. This is my business page. So it's no, with products, it's easy. We know what to post on a product page. Welcome and introduction. Your story at the moment is my old story. The products and the new catalogues, everything that's current. Everything that's current. If it's Michael's live video, and David might shout out what he's used in his, because David's got a great one, and it is very, very successfully bringing people in, which is the most important part. You know, product videos, have a look at the products. This is how easily we sell them. Do a live broadcast, Michael's ones, the earning with the retailing and the team building, support, training, testimonials. I'm just going quickly, these are not to be sort of written down and what have you. This is just quickly what I did. I'm not very creative. My granddaughters are, I don't know where they get the creativeness for. So's my daughter, but I'm not very creative. My stuff tends to be a bit plain. But mine's has got a welcome, my story, the opportunity. You can see bits in there about the commission. Any of these, they can read the products. I haven't updated it, so that hasn't got the Christmas and everything. I should have stole some slides for your one, Kate. Shoved them in here. Because it's got to be even better now with the products. There's so many more products. Product videos, that's the stain remover, I think. The mat, the stain remover, catalogue retail, team building. Soon we'll be able to say the team building's launched, and the support and training. So I'm now going to go to job posts, and we're nearly finished. We're actually going to finish today's training early. How's that? It's a first. We can get a nice cup of coffee. The good thing about the Facebook page is it has allowed this new thing that Facebook have called job post while laughing. And we said it's going to finish early. I think that's what can get a nice cup of coffee. I don't like when you laugh because I have to ask why you're laughing, and I'm live on Facebook. Right, so job post. Whether it's start a discussion or now it says the job post available laptop and phone and the tablet. At the moment, I'm finding the job posts and everything. Facebook can be a wee bit funny. For example, if you use a buy and sell post, if somebody leaves a comment on it, there's a message button. But that message button's only on your laptop. You don't get it on your phone. But at the moment, I've tried this. The job post is available on the mobile, on the laptop, on a tablet. Put your advert in, and the good thing is, Facebook, obviously using its Facebook cookies and Facebook footprint, they are going to see that this is obviously an advert for a business because a job, because this appears. Turn on job features for this post to reach more applicants. First of all, you can still post it to another 20 groups first. So you put your job post up, whether it's a discussion or a buy and sell, it works on both. You put your advert up, you share it to 20 groups, and then you turn on your job post. With the buy and sell, I could only get that on my laptop. I don't know why. Yours might be different. Android might be different to the iPhone, but I mainly use my laptop. But you can still share everything with further 20 groups, as I said. So there's what my Facebook page looks like, except this is a video. And as I said, Facebook is ever changing. There's a new thing this morning. Add yourself to the team. So David, now when you're doing your prospecting through your group, anybody else who's prospecting through their group, you can say, once I've got started, add yourself to the team, and then you can get out of my prospecting group and go get your own one. But you can add yourself to the team. When you add yourself to as a team member, this page will appear in your profile. Your name and profile picture will be shown in this page. How positive that is, so is every time somebody joins, a new team member, a new team member, a new team member, a new team member at your group, and that's new. See, so if you're not proactive, you've not got to find these things. So when you click, I'll go back when you, because that was a wee extra there. When you click turn on, this is how it comes. Now I put enter job title, that says work from home, but you might want to change it from what your original Facebook ad said, because my titles might be just like part-time income, work from home, but I might change that. I definitely change the location, because your Facebook original advert, you'd have a location of probably where you're, I mean, I think you can only go 20, is it 20 kilometres? You can only go, you can't cover the whole of the UK. I've tried it, it doesn't work. I've tried doing it on my wee map. I think it's about 20 kilometres. So the parts that I would change, you don't have to put a salary in, which was something that concerned me. You don't get any trouble for leaving that blank. And the part-time work from home opportunity. Now, some of them get accepted, some of them get rejected. I've never had any rejected yet, but I've had people saying that they didn't get it posted. I always change it to part-time, and I've changed it to the UK and Ireland. And you can get an app for it. This is Google Play or iPhone, Facebook Pages Manager. You just download the app. I'd recommend it. There's what it looks like there. Facebook page. It's just a Facebook page app, and it goes straight in. That was my old one. I've got that was before I realised you could get video as a cover photograph. But in the app, you can see all your job posting. I should see if I've got the app here for after the training, which won't be any good for people online. But the apps, quite often I delete my apps for to get for to keep up updating my battery gets out of charge. But it's going, sorry. What you see here, that was a notification, your job posting catalogue retailers plus online sellers wanted to receive 3 new messages, that was. And when you click on that, you actually go to the job page where you can see all the jobs that are advertised. People who are in the job, these job pages, get a notification of your advert, because I got notifications of other people's adverts. So every time you do a job post, people who are looking for a job are getting a notification. And literally, I've had loads of leads for that. Can't remember. And this is how people see it. Do you know what I mean? They'll see your advert like this. See all my other adverts there as well. They'll come in.
Can you go back to page?
Yes, certainly.
Okay.
I just seen that advertised. That was how mine was advertised in their group. You can get applications that look like this. You know, you can schedule to phone them. You can just. I mean, I do this. I just follow the same system, and I'm not going to do follow up today. But I follow the same follow up system. Send them the video. Ask them if they watched it, or send them the group to watch the video. Send them the Facebook group to watch the video. Ask them if they've watched the video. If they've not watched the video, show them we love the products, and if they still don't join, I'll say thanks very much next. But that will be in our training. Now, these have came out the wrong way. Right, so things I like, they have an automatic response. You can see the leads there. Now, this is something that annoys me about Facebook. They get auto replies right away. It's always switched on, and it tells me I've got an 85% response rate. How can that be possible when they get enough? So Facebook tells lies. But if that means the follow-up's been done really, really quickly, and it might just be the next, you know, once they've had that email, you know, did you manage to find and join the group? Did you get into the group? As I say, did you manage to watch the video? And I would say for to watch the follow-up, it will be video number 4, sponsor, how to follow up Facebook leads. But it's how to follow up all leads, whether it's phone, I would do it through Messenger, whether it's or WhatsApp. I would say the follow-up with all leads is the same. And I'll just say That's actually the training finished. Thanks to everybody who joined live on Facebook. Any questions, please fire them over to me, and we will see you on the next live training, which will be the Wednesday webinar. And then next Saturday, we're in Luton. You need to email me message me for that address because it's in-house, and that starts at 11. Slightly, don't get jealous up here in Bonnie, Scotland. Slightly later start, 11 AM down south, because of my experience with the traffic the last time. People can take 2.5 hours to be late. I think a couple of people today were 5 or 10 minutes late because of traffic down there. It can be a nightmare. So it's 11 AM till 1:30 PM, and that one, kindly, our hosts are going to offer a wee barbecue afterwards, so it'd be great if you could stick it out. And it doesn't matter about the weather, they've got big gazebos. So bring your own drink. I'll see you all next. But you're there, are you? It's amazing. It's amazing. The mention of food. It's not the alcohol. I run quite fast. I'm the wee woman with the bags for the prosecco. But they mention the food, and half my Scottish team want to plug in, right? So whatever you do, if you want a big load of Scottish folk coming down to your training, just offer food. They'll be there. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the trainers today. Thanks Kate Forbes. Thanks Jane White. And we Mary Stewart did our first training. Clap for everybody who did a training, but make it extra noisy for wee Mary who did the very first one. And I must admit, it's the only training afterwards that I feel like going and having a glass of prosecco. Right, how do we stop it on Facebook? Thanks everybody.